welcome to the channel, and this is the very last Sims 4 Diversity CAS Challenge video that I'm going to be doing in the series. If you haven't had a chance to look at the other ones, you can definitely check that out. I'll put a link down below for you, and they're all on a playlist so you can watch them in order if you want to. But yeah, so I picked from a list of nationalities, and I used a number generator, but since I only have one left, I mean, it's whatever. So today we're going to be doing South Korea, and South Korea is right here next to Japan, North Korea, and China and Taiwan. Mina Ray is going to be our model today, and yeah, I love this series. I've had such a great time with it in just trying to represent different countries. So as I like to do, I like to show some reference pictures to you guys. South Koreans have a very unique fashion sense. They have beautiful scenery in the countryside and on the coast, and they also have a very rich, ancient and beautiful culture. So yeah, those are kind of the example photos that I use for reference for Mina here. And if you don't know too much about South Korea is a sovereign state in East Asia, officially the Republic of Korea, and its territory consists of the whole Korean peninsula and its adjacent islands, which are largely dominated by mountains. And South Koreans lead a distinctive urban lifestyle, as half of them live in apartments concentrated in the capital city with 25 million residents, so a lot of people. South Korea, along with Taiwan, Singapore, and Hong Kong, which is in China, is one of the 4 high-tech industrialized developed countries, often referred to as the 4 Asian economic dragons. So despite the initial plan of a unified Korea in 1943, Cairo Declaration, escalating Cold War antagonism between the Soviet Union and the United States eventually led to the establishment of separate governments, each with its own ideology, leading to the division of Korea into 2 political entities in 1948. So that's the point of which North Korea and South Korea became separate. South Korea can be divided into 4 general regions: an eastern region of high mountain ranges and narrow coastal plains, a western region of broad coastal plains, river basins, and rolling hills, and a southwestern region of mountains, valleys, and a southeastern region with a broad basin of the Nakdong River. So South Korea shares its traditional culture with North Korea, but the 2 Koreas have developed distinct contemporary forms of culture since the peninsula was divided in 1945. Historically, while the culture of Korea has been heavily influenced by that of neighboring China, it has nevertheless managed to develop a very unique cultural identity that is distinct from the countries around it. The emergence of the rap group Seo Taiji and Boys in 1992 marked a turning point for South Korean popular music, also known as K-pop. So K-pop was kind of created, or I don't know, evolved, I guess you could say, in the 90s. Which made it a little more mainstream, a little more popular. Basically what they did was they modernized the music at the time using elements of popular music genres from the West. So what I'm trying to do here on her, I was trying to make the traditional dress that they wear, which is called a hanbok, and it's basically a very full, long skirt that's very high-waisted, and then there's I don't know what it would be called, but it looks like it's wrapped, and it's like a silk top, but it's like tucked in, and the skirt's like super high-waisted. You might have remembered that from the pictures I showed in the beginning, or you can, go back and check that out. But it's so beautiful, and there's not really anything in the Sims that can replicate it without using CC, because I did actually find a CC version of it, but I wanted you guys to be able to find her if you wanted to download her, so I just tried my best and kind of did what I could to make it look kind of like it, to give the idea anyway. So anyway, the martial art Taekwondo actually originated in Korea. In the 50s and 60s, modern rules were standardized, with Taekwondo becoming an official Olympic sport in 2000. Korean traditional dance originated in ancient shamanistic rituals thousands and thousands of years ago. Korean traditional dance shares some similarity with form of dance known as contemporary or lyrical. So they move and they kind of follow a curvilinear path with little short-term repetition, and usually or always the dancer's legs and feet are entirely concealed by the hanbok, which I mentioned before. It goes all the way down to the floor. And so these dances, they're emotional attributes of somberness and joy, and the dancer must embody the fluid motion that surges through the traditional music that the dancers perform to. Korean traditional dance is often performed to Korean traditional music, which includes their traditional drums, flutes, and different instruments like that. But yeah, that's basically South Korea in a very summarized way. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new. Thank you so much for watching this series and for supporting my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!